Hey y'all, Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, we're about to go ahead and hop on into a video. So let us just check it out. All right. It is body cam is messy. So make sure you're liking and you're subscribing to the channel. Now let us go ahead and hop right on into it, honey.
Come on! Can y'all please help us? He can't breathe!
I know something was in his mouth. Boom. I'm like, babe, he choking. What's this?
This was in his throat.
Ooh,
I tried.
what's
There
in
was
this?
nothing I could do.
On June 25, 2022, in Cleveland, Ohio, a chaotic 911 call summons paramedics to the home of an unresponsive 13-week-old infant. But when a
13?
troubling discovery is made, investigators begin to question the circumstances, raising the unsettling possibility that what happened may have been no accident.
It's okay. I bet you I'm gonna win this. Watch this.
The following is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before. At 7:37 a.m., emergency dispatchers answer a frantic plea for help.
Can y'all please help us?
Okay, excuse me, sir. What's the address of the emergency?
What? Cleveland?
Okay, sorry.
Can y'all please hurry?
Sir. Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I don't know your number.
Okay, hello. Can someone tell me what happened? Hello?
Go crazy. I'm sure it's cold.
Hello?
He can't breathe. He can't breathe. What the
Oh,
f*** is he
wow. He's
laughing?
going crazy.
I'm gonna ask you.
Jesus.
Okay, can I speak to
Please,
one person? Can I
somebody.
speak to one person?
A woman takes control of the call, finally getting vital information to the dispatcher.
Person.
Father banged on our door and he said his son stopped breathing. That's
Okay,
all that we
can you
know
sit
so
down?
far.
Can you just stay on the phone so I can talk to one person so I can get this help started?
Yes.
Are you with the patient now?
Yes, we just woke
And
up.
how old is sir, ma'am.
3 months.
The dispatcher assures her that help is on the way, but with precious seconds slipping by, getting aid to the baby before paramedics arrive is critical.
Okay, listen, ma'am.
I don't know what they need to do about 911 calls, y'all. I understand they want to get as much information as they can. But at what point, for the people that work in 911 dispatching, at what point do they send out the officers? As soon as you fucking call? Or do they have to identify that it's an emergency first before they send the officers out? You know what I'm saying? When somebody gets on the phone and they're frantic, send somebody damn out. Like, I don't know, somebody, like, girl. And I understand it's like, it's just a series of questions they typically ask. I know they're trying to get as much information as possible. Some of those 911 calls have been helpful in incriminating people and, helping with getting folks charged and stuff. And I get that, but this is irritating me just a bit. Ooh, because the seconds are slipping away as this baby cannot damn breathe. Okay, I just
Ma'am, I'm going to tell you how to get mouth to mouth.
Okay, go. I'm ready.
okay.
Come on.
This is helpful. Let's see if it helps.
Come on.
Okay, now completely cover the baby's mouth.
Completely cover it.
His mouth and nose with your mouth. Then I want you to blow 2 puffs of air into his lungs, about 1 second each,
cover,
just
not
enough to
like-
make
I'm
the
thinking
chest
smothered.
rise with each breath, okay? Yeah. Now, did you feel the air going in and out?
Yes.
At 7:46 a.m., paramedics finally reach the scene, 9 minutes after the call began. The 13-week-old baby is rushed to the Metro Health Hospital, but it's too late. The tragedy becomes far
No.
more disturbing when an alarming discovery is made during life-saving efforts, leading to an urgent call to police.
That is so
Hi,
sad.
Jana, Social Work Metro Health Medical Center. I'm calling to notify requesting police homicide, probably, for a baby death. EMS may have already called, but just in case, I need to make sure that it was called in.
A quick check of her records finds no earlier notification to police.
Why didn't they call us? It's a 13-week-old. I'll be honest with you, I don't know the baby. I wonder why. Did EMS pick the baby up? Yeah. Now, will you guys notify homicide?
You know what? Are we calling this a violent death?
No. Well, we don't know. Undetermined. Okay.
What does she mean? Why didn't they call us? Like, BITCH, you talking about who didn't call you? You talking about the police station, the hospital, EMS? Who was supposed to call? The parents when somebody did call?
The heartbreaking screams of the infant's parents, 18-year-old Travion Hughes Sr. and 18-year-old Asiana McEwen, can be heard in the background of the call.
Oh. And they don't know how it happened.
Undetermined. I mean, we have speculation, but I'm going to say undetermined.
Okay, we'll get a car out there.
Okay.
All right.
Probably sooner than later. They're going.
They're who?
They're going over here.
They're going what?
They're going crazy over here.
Who's there?
Is it Mom, Dad?
Cleveland police respond urgently and make their way to the nurses' station, where hospital staff reveal the cause of their alarm and the reason homicide detectives have been requested.
What's this?
This was in his truck.
Okay.
What is that?
Suspect foul play or anything like that?
I don't think a 3-month-old's gonna willingly shove that in their mouth.
What is that?
A baby wipe.
A baby wipe?
Wow. A 3-month-old is put. I don't see that. Yeah, did the mama kill or did somebody else kill this baby?
You know, yeah.
The daddy did sound too frantic. He sound very passionate. Like if something happened to my baby, like oh God, I'm fucking lose it. Like so, I want to believe that it's not the dad. But let's keep going.
Baby wipe, he thinks that it's suspicious that I guess they could investigate on baby wipe or something.
Yeah.
So they have it over there. I think that it's
Yeah.
I think I'm wrong.
just listening to parents. They're devastated. The parents are actually going crazy here.
Yeah.
That's metropedia.
How the blood-stained baby wipe became lodged in the infant's throat is now a question homicide detectives must work to answer. They meet with the infant's parents as well as his brother Travier and his brother's girlfriend Cassandra, the woman who performed CPR during the 911 call.
Hi guys. Hi. I'm Detective Loomis. Dad?
Yes.
So sorry for your loss, folks, honestly. Who was at home at the time? All of you guys? Okay.
I was at work.
You were at work? Okay.
Investigators meet with Travion and Daciana separately in an effort to understand more about what happened with their son this morning.
So, when you left for work this morning, was the baby sleeping?
No, he was up.
He was up?
But I woke up and then I checked on that. It's like I do it every morning. I wake up and check on him because he sleeps right next to me in his bassinet. So I look on him.
He was in the bassinet next to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he was up just staring. So I picked him up and I was just holding him and kissing him. And then I had put him down and started getting ready for work.
After leaving for work, Travion was left to care for the baby. Not long after she left, the infant began to cry.
When he was crying, I made him a bottle, and he'll choke himself like he greedy. He'll be and
Good
choking. You feel me?
Good eater?
So I'll be pulling it out of his mouth, get him pick him up, burp him, send him back down, let him drink again. I keep burping him because he'll keep doing it. He's premature, so I always did it constantly for him, and I set the little wipe under his neck because when it's dripping down, you know how milk smells.
What time did he call and say the baby was choking?
I was already on the flight. Before the baby was choking and everything, I was already on the phone with him. It was like it was around 7. I don't know the precise time because I'm a DSP. I take care of older people with disabilities. So I was taking care of him, but I had my AirPod in, so I was listening to him. We was talking and everything. He was like, okay, I'm finna step out the room real quick. He went to go step out the room, then he got quiet. I didn't hear nothing. Then he came back in the room and was like, the baby choking, the baby choking.
I know something was in his mouth. Boom. After I'm trying to go down deep into it, I'm like, babe, he choking.
Jesus,
so I'm trying to get this out of his mouth. I'm constantly doing it, but it's not working. So I'm overly panicking.
He then explains that when his efforts to remove the obstruction weren't working, he ran to get help from Travier and Cassandra.
My big brother grabbed him, rushed to the kitchen, set him down on the countertop in the kitchen, doing this. So you feel me? We see nothing. What we doing is working, so we called the ambulance. 911.
Who calls 911?
His lady, his girl, my sister. I call her my sister. Yeah. She calling the ambulance, telling them to rush here, like, please hurry up. Please, can y'all hurry? Rush, please, can you feel me? Then y'all was taking like over 20, 30 minutes, so we just waited. It's still sitting here, and he's constantly, you feel me, like getting this little move, and I see it's not in his throat no more. It felt like it was lodged right here. When I was trying to go in here to his neck to get it out, he closing his mouth. He don't want me in his, like, you feel me? Like, he don't want me in his mouth. He closing it. You feel me? And that's what's made me hard for me to go in there because my hands are so thick.
Well, you could feel it in there. You just couldn't get a grab on it.
Get on it. You feel me? Because it was too slippery.
I'm
Did he say anything else?
That why was it a wipe under his mouth versus a bib? If you know it's gonna drip the way that it does, why he don't got no bib on versus having a wipe up under his mouth? And why would you just sit a wipe up under his mouth? Like, a wipe is to wipe. Wipe it and discard it. Okay? Wipe it and discard it. Why he ain't have no bib on? And why would you leave a 3-month-old? Well, let me say this. In my head, I'm like, why would you leave them unattended? I'm wondering, like, were they in their bassinet? Like, I'm going to step out for a quick second. I mean, maybe the kitchen is, like, right around the corner, like, right next to the bedroom or something. I'm going to step out real quick, hop in the kitchen, run to the kitchen, grab something, you know? But I'm wondering, how long was you gone? For the baby to damn swallow up a damn wipe and get the choking. Something about that don't sound right. Like, I don't know. Let's keep going.
Steve?
No, when I got to the house, I'm like, what happened? How did he choke? And then he was like,
because when he's trying to grab, I'm like, he probably was pushing the damn wipe down further in the baby mouth or something. Because the wipe is pretty big. How big was the damn wipe that you was sitting up on? Like, why you couldn't get, and that looked like a lot of wipe that was in that container, a bloodied wipe in that container that you couldn't, I just can't. Ooh. I'm so sorry for the loss, though. That's sad. That's sad.
He was wiping him down, the milk and stuff off him. He set the wipe next to him and walked out the room. And when he came back, the wipe was inside the baby's throat.
So the baby just at 3 months reached over, grabbed the damn wipe, put it in his mouth. Now it sounds like y'all stories are conflicting. You saying, at least what he told you, he sat the wipe next to the baby, whereas he's telling the cops he sat it up under him. Baby, again, where is his bibs?
He said he was trying to pull it out, but he couldn't. His hand was too big.
Jesus.
Back at the house, officers monitor the property, which has now been secured as a crime scene. Investigators arrive on site and begin discussing the details of the case.
Once we got there, the nurses and the doctors showed, did you see the projectile? The little baby light that was in its throat. Yeah.
Down its throat. How does a 3-month-old do that?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
It was a pretty big one.
When they learn Cassandra's 2 children also live in the home, some officers begin to speculate, unconvinced that what happened was merely an accident.
Something happens there. Accident.
And it could have been an accident. It very well clearly, the way the dad sounded on the phone call, on the 911 call, to me, it sounds like whatever happened was indeed an accident if the baby was under his care. But y'all let me know, okay? And some of you guys may work in these type of fields. You may work for DFACS and different stuff like this where this is pretty common. I don't know. I would want to believe that he was not trying to kill his 13-week-old child. But you just never know people's motives. Like, I don't know what these folks got going. I don't know what they got going on. But for me, that 911 call sounded very convincing because it was a point where he wasn't even talking to the doggone lady. Like, if something happened to my child, he said it as if somebody else did something to the baby, though. So I don't know. Let's keep going, though.
I think so. Shut it down his throat. Maybe the kid was crying and the kid just, the mom was being.
Were you tired of hearing the baby cry?
Wasn't going in soothing the child, so the kid just I can't see it, so I'm just gonna shut it up, One of the other kids goes in there and shuts it down in there.
However, Cassandra tells investigators her 2 children weren't home, and the only child in the house was the 3-month-old, who had been sleeping in a bassinet next to his mother until she left for work. Investigators pose a critical question to the parents.
Mm-hmm. Has your baby picked stuff up before and tried to eat it?
Yeah. He's an advanced baby. He knows how to hold his own bottle.
I've seen that
when
before.
You try to pour the bottle away from him, he reaches to grab it back.
Mm-hmm.
He'll pick it back up and put it back in his mouth.
Okay. Does he ever put anything else in his mouth though besides the bottle?
Anything he grabs.
You're saying that he's picked up stuff in his mouth before. Do you remember anything specific he's ever put in his mouth besides the bottle? Think he's ever picked something up?
Candy.
But see,
And
okay, even with that, with 3 months old wanting to just grab stuff because they will try. I mean, hell, they'll put they'll put their mouth on your face like they don't care. Okay, so and they'll get a grip on stuff. But even with that, unfortunately for this guy, the baby was still under your care. That's like a child going to a daycare facility and something happening under a teacher's watch. Like the baby was still under your care. So I really, really hate that happen. I mean, it's really sad. Oh my God, to carry a baby for 9 months, be so invested, so excited, so happy, get your child, and then they're gone after like 3 months. That's sad as hell. But he was. It sounds like he may have been a bit negligent to me because as I'm listening more to the story, and we're talking about a wipe. Now, he probably could have tried to put a bib in his mouth. Maybe he could have even tried to smother himself with the bib, potentially. I don't, different things can happen, but a wipe though, and you know that your child is a child that puts and takes anything and put it in their mouth. When you say these things, that's how they're looking at it. That's the information that will be held and used against you in the court of law. Okay? You said the baby will take and put anything in its mouth. Well, with you knowing that, you negligently put a wipe under the baby's mouth. You and the baby mom are confirming that you left the baby alone for a split second. You see what I'm saying?
thing, like no matter what it is, he'll put it in his mouth. Yeah. It don't matter. Like I don't mind explaining. Like the sock, he'll do anything.
Okay.
Literally, anything he sees, it's cool. He'll even suck on your.
Within reach.
The reasons why he shouldn't even talk to nobody without an attorney.
He can reach around and he can grab stuff.
Yeah. And he even
Because
suck
this
on
was
you.
used
Like,
against you,
no,
I'm
I'm
sure.
like, that sound look gay, but no, he'll even suck on your nose type.
Yeah, bro.
And he think it's
That
food.
sound a little gay, no homo. That's okay.
Yeah.
Paramedics quickly arrived after the 911 call was placed, but once on scene, they said they were not notified that the 13-week-old boy had an obstruction in his throat by anyone at the scene, including Travion, his brother Travier, or Cassandra.
Did you tell them that thing went down?
Now, here's the thing. That's going to probably go against them or went against him in court. But my thing was, hell, they told the damn, now, one, my question is, were they asked? Two, I think sometimes when people call 911 and they asking all these damn questions, they assume that the information is being relayed over to EMS, because it sounds like the guy said something when he was in his child's throat, can't breathe, he's choking. So obviously he got some in his damn mouth. I feel like I don't know. I mean, I'm wondering if I don't know.
Throat.
Yeah, they knew about all that. They knew everything. No, yeah, we told them that too, but I'm talking about my brother and sister. They knew too, and they was trying to help.
Did they tell them
there.
that on the phone?
I don't know. Like, sir, the man when this was going on, I was
I mean, we'll get a
too
tape.
busy raging, crying, jumping there where I
Panicking.
Travion insists the infant was still breathing when paramedics arrived.
They told me they was able to get out, like he was still moving. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you can move. You still have some air in your body, like oxygen in your blood.
Can't take it. Oh my
So it could have been like a
So you don't think
voluntary.
they killed my baby? Oh
No, they'll contact you when the funeral home can come pick him up.
The medical examiner's office would later determine the infant's cause of death to be asphyxia by choking. Doubt still lingers over how it got in the infant's mouth, as well as why paramedics weren't informed
I
of
don't
the
see no
obstruction.
bassinet, but
This
okay.
brings both Cassandra and Travion back for an interrogation, where investigators seek to find the truth.
When he came to the door, what did he say to you?
He said that the baby's choking. Help.
Did he say what he was choking on?
A wipe.
Did he actually tell you that at that
Yes.
point in time?
Yes, he said that he was choking on a wipe. But we didn't see anything. We didn't see the wipe. I'm looking like my biggest thing was call 911. I know we needed to start compression.
Sure.
His mouth was so small, so then as I'm on the phone 911, I took the step back like you said. I'm doing the CPR, the compressions and everything. And it seemed like he, I thought was getting air and keep on because he did. And then it was.
The question came up during the 911 call as the dispatcher attempted to guide her through performing CPR.
Okay, kneel next to the baby and look in his mouth for food or vomit. Is there anything in his mouth? No.
At the house when we talked, you didn't mention the word baby wipe to me at all.
Yes, I did.
Well, yeah, you didn't. And we were recorded.
Okay.
On the 911 call, nobody mentioned baby wipe. When the EMTs got there, nobody mentioned baby wipe.
However, at the very start of the 911 call, a male's voice can be heard shouting that something was in the infant's mouth.
EMS, what's the address of the emergency?
Still, paramedics
Now, you
said they
over
were
here-
never informed when they arrived.
Now he definitely sound convincing to me. And then as you get into more of the details, some of that changes. But you asking how did he get it in his mouth as if you didn't sit it up there up under his damn mouth, knowing that this is a child that grabs onto anything to put it in his mouth.
He told me and us 1,000 times that he was choking on a baby.
He told you that. How come no one told 911 that?
So it was never said on the 911, like, or I want to hear it because I know that they were screaming that he was choking on a baby.
Nobody mentioned it to the EMTs. Don't you think when a paramedic is there that someone should say he has a baby wipe in his mouth?
Do you understand if you would have been there and all the screaming going on? I literally was trying to get to the baby. So if you heard, I'm like, compressions, counting.
Right.
I tried to save that baby. There was nothing I could do.
There's nothing you could have done. There's nothing. There's nothing anyone could have done.
When investigators bring up something she said back at the crime scene, it leads to frustration from Cassandra.
What was the blood that you talked about seeing? Where was the blood at?
I didn't see any blood. I never said that. No, I did not.
During their initial walkthrough of the crime scene, Cassandra mentioned what she was told by Travion.
He said that he changed his diaper, was washing, like wiped him up and everything, and that he had just like a little scratch or something on his neck from cutting himself, and then one like on the side of his mouth. And he said he went to like wipe up just the blood and everything, and he said he walked away just for a couple of seconds, and this is the outcome of that.
I never said I saw.
You said you saw him wiping blood off.
No, I didn't say I saw. I said he. Stop. Don't do that, because in a second, please come on. No.
You might have meant
Okay,
that.
okay.
That's what you said.
Okay, don't do that. He told me because I just feel like you're attacked.
See, at this point, I would have told the officer, you know what? I have no more further. I have nothing else to say. We can talk when I have an attorney. I have nothing else to say. We can talk when I have an attorney, child. Do what y'all gonna do. Because I know I didn't do shit. I ain't kill no child. I ain't do nothing. You over here coming against me about a damn baby wipe, whatever the case is. Okay? Whether it was said specifically, not said, something was in the damn baby's throat. I have nothing else to say. I ain't do shit. So talk to me. Like, good luck on solving your case. Because you can't get me. Because I ain't do shit. All I did was help. I would have shut that shit down so quick. I don't have to talk to you. It's a privilege to have a conversation with me right now. Because I ain't do shit to you. Yeah, I would have wrapped that up.
Yeah, because I feel like, because I'm telling you,
I've known you for how long?
Like, you coming at me or her like she's the suspect. Like, are you fucking okay? Like, no, sir. No, sir.
a long time, and I feel like you keep trying to tell me what I'm saying, and I'm telling you what I'm saying.
Getting nowhere with Cassandra, investigators wrap up the interview, hoping Travion might provide the clarity she didn't. He's left alone for a few moments, where he entertains himself while waiting for investigators.
This is how we do. This is how we do. I'm sure the camera's still in there. Yes, it is.
Detectives sit down with Travion once again, but his interview begins with less cooperation than the first and quickly hits a wall.
I know it sucks, but we got to kind of figure out what happened here. Because we got a bunch of questions, okay? So, but before we ask the questions, we're going to give you your Miranda warnings, okay?
I know, but I'm not speaking without my lawyer.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Then we're going to place you under arrest for murder of the baby.
What?
Based on the evidence that we have.
This ain't no evidence. This ain't like that.
Okay. Stand up and put your hands on.
Why am I getting arrested for? Murder.
I just told you murder your baby.
Why ain't stuff no
Now,
rag
I
behind?
do think the charges should change in my personal, or should have changed. I don't think it should have been murder, because in my personal, I don't think that he intentionally killed his child, right? But what I do believe is that he was being negligent with his child. And maybe, whatever charge relates to that situation. But they will definitely have to prove that he actually murdered his fucking kid. But what intent is, because with murder has to become an intent. So what is the intent behind it? When you may have witnesses that can speak to how he showed up as a father, whether it was for the children before this baby, or whether, because I don't know if he has other children. I thought they did. Maybe they were her kids, not sure. But yeah, but these are just my thoughts.
What? I'm not
Give you an opportunity to explain how that rag got dumped in baby's throat. What? But you don't want to do that, so you just didn't have a shoot. We've talked to doctors, we've talked to the medical examiner, we've talked to
doing everything, yes.
Yeah,
We're
right.
doing all that, yes.
Okay.
I understand
We've
everything
done
you're
all
saying, yes.
And every single one of those people tell us that there's no way that a 13-week-old baby picked up a
This
rag,
is my son.
balled it up, and put it in his mouth.
I know he ain't bald. Oh,
I'm not asking any questions. All right?
Just as the detective makes his exit, his passing comment strikes a nerve.
Good luck. All right, good luck.
So, officer, come here. Come sit. Come. Now, what you saying good luck for?
I said good luck with your defense, with your case.
Okay.
All right? And I mean that. I hope that you can pull it off.
Pull what off, officer? Like this the last time.
Get out of this.
The officer being extremely condescending and anal as fuck.
Charges.
But you saying pull it off like it's the last something, officer.
You said very, very clearly that you tried to pull that rag out of that baby's mouth.
They don't got, no, when I went in the room, my baby mom was on the phone the whole time.
But again, this is why I think this should be taught to everybody. Okay. And it's easier said than done. And I never want to ever find myself in any of these situations of the people that we watch try. I do think logic does go out the window, but the moment any type of thing happened, I feel like even for Cassandra, who had nothing to do with this but help, I have nothing to say to you unless I'm speaking to you with an attorney. And I say that because at any moment, sometimes I feel like officers are so focused on, and not really this situation, but sometimes, you watch shows and stuff, and I feel like it does relate to real life, where some officers are so focused on getting a person for a particular crime that if you may have a piece of a criminal history and or not, right? You may not be directly associated with that situation. Maybe you were at the scene. They're gonna try and it's about how you shape things up to look as you present it in front of a judge, okay? And then finding the right pieces to match stuff up to make your theory make the most sense in front of the damn jury. So I don't know, but I'm just like, listen, at any moment, if you ain't got no attorney, like give me time to find one, because you can't talk to me without my attorney. Like, absolutely not. Okay. But let's keep going.
Once the detective leaves, Trevion waits on his own with nothing.
Because everything you say and do will be held against you, just like the officer threw it back in his face. Then you say that you was pushing this and that down his mouth. Then you say you da-da-da-da. And see, the officers, in my personal, they did it in an opportunity. I mean, at a time when these people were extremely vulnerable, right? Now, I don't know if he really did it or not. I want to believe that he didn't do that intentionally, but I honestly don't damn know. But at the same time, I'm just, thinking about the optics of how officers work. When this was committed, they made sure they talked to you in your most vulnerable state where you're ready to and if you don't got nobody there that may be in the legal field, or somebody there that may be in support, like, yo, we gonna hold off on the questioning right now because this family is grieving. They don't have time to talk to y'all right now. They pulled them off into separate rooms once they were able to get them to calm down over the passing of the child after the immediate shock hit them. Now let's start asking questions. And of course, they're going to be so willing to tell them what's happening because, also, right, in their situation, they don't think, at least he don't think he did anything wrong. He just thinking that he needs to give them the information so they know what happened to the child. But I'm like, would you need to speak to the police for that? If the police was called in, then you need to think that this is much more serious than what it looks like. Oh, but you know, that's just, I'm on the outside looking in, not being in
But
the
his
situation.
thoughts.
Boy, what the? Do I look like some sick individual to any of y'all? It's okay. I bet you I'm gonna win this. Watch this. Getting justice for my son. Arrested an innocent boy. Murder. What? You sick white people. Boy, I swear to God, I hate racist people. Boy, they so racist. And if I was white people could be so cruel. Boy, what the?
Officers return and arrest 18-year-old Travion Hughes Sr., who was later charged with murder, involuntary manslaughter, and 2 counts of endangering children.
He sure was. I'm looking at the same website that is reporting the same thing. Okay. 1 count of murder, involuntary manslaughter, and 2 counts of child endangering. And let me tell you something. At 18, and looking at the setup of the home, and I'm judging him based on the optics in my personal, they were not able to financially afford a really good attorney. Which is why those charges did not dumb down from 1 count of murder, involuntary manslaughter, and 2 counts of child endangerment. Like, whether the kids were in the home or not, but I think they said they had kids. I don't know if the kids were there. Maybe the kids were there, which is why he got those child endangerment charges. Because what they did was they added additional charges to make sure they get you for something. Even if you found not guilty on murder or whatever, what about involuntary manslaughter? Oh, okay, what about y'all? We gonna get him on something, right? And again, I don't know if he did it or not, but we do know that he was found guilty based on the evidence that was presented. And I just feel like there are, in my personal, for me, and a lot of people don't like to think about stuff like, I'm just thinking about different cases that we may have talked about. And when you're so focused on having a one-sided opinion, you're unable to see how reasonable doubt can be created in situations as to why some people may have gotten off, right? But anywho, with this situation, I feel like there is enough reasonable doubt, I would think, on the outside looking in, not as an attorney, to where he probably could have got maybe a lesser charge. He definitely, I think, should have been held accountable for the mishandling of his child, in my personal, as far as like using a wipe or whatever, like, stepping out of the room and stuff. Like, there were things that were there that he definitely could have been charged for. Murder is a stretch. I feel like you did not get somebody. He probably had a public defender potentially who has so many cases they don't have time to do the right research or any of that. That's why you have to go and pay for these things, and a lot of people cannot afford to get the adequate amount of research and investigation poured into their cases because of that. But his attorney, the first thing I think the attorney would have been to try to get those charges dropped, right? And if we can't get the charges dropped, let's get lesser charges on him, because what evidence do you really have to go up against this or that, right? And I don't even know if this trial saw the light of day in front of a jury, or if it was like a bench trial, I think is what they call it, where your case is coming before just the judge, and the judge makes the ultimate decision, right? So yeah, I think he probably could have got like a lesser charge on that. And yeah, I'm not gonna say he could have got probation, but yeah. I also learned that he was sentenced to life, I believe. I don't know if he got parole with that, but he definitely was sentenced to life in prison, from what I did read. In addition to him being sentenced to life in prison, he did try to appeal that. Okay, so he will be eligible for parole after 15 years. Baby, that's sad. That's tragic. But you're 21. You still got a lot of, by the time you get out, you're going to be in your mid 30s, right? It's going to suck for you, but hopefully you would have gotten a trade or figure out something while you were in prison in an effort to come out to be a better man. And you still, if you do right while you're in there, you still could potentially come out and have a better life. I don't know, and learn something from this for sure. But yeah, so he got life. He was sentenced in May of 2024 to life in prison with the chance of parole after 15 years. He did try to go on to appeal it. All right. But I believe they shot it down. They're saying the next month, Hughes claimed there was insufficient evidence to support his conviction and appealed it to the 8th Ohio District Court of Appeals. Right. They go on to say that Hughes testified, at trial that the infant shoved the wife into his own mouth, which is crazy. right? And then they said prosecutors, medical experts had argued that the child who had been born about 3 months premature lacked the physical ability to do so, especially after you admitted to the cops that you were trying to get it out of their mouth. And unfortunately for you, with you trying to pull it out his mouth, you likely was pushing it further down his throat, right? Because the baby was not allowing you to go in his mouth because you said that he kept closing his mouth. So with the white already being in his throat, you trying to grab it, the baby is just only swallowing it more because it doesn't want you in his mouth. So they said the appellate judge cited testimony and evidence that supported the conviction, and it included video recordings of the baby that showed little motor function in his arms, right? So they're saying a reasonable jury could have concluded from these videos that the baby did not have the strength and to force a wipe down his own throat. So the videos of the baby testimony and the fact that Hughes was along with the baby when he choked on the white were sufficient evidence enough to support the conviction. But just because those are what the judge feels is enough to support the conviction, again, he is doing things on his own because he cannot afford an attorney who would poke holes into this. And if he had the right attorney that could have poked holes into the situation, because I'm seeing because for me, even for me, with it just being me, there may be 5 other people that think or more that think how I'm thinking about the situation of murder. I don't know about that. Negligence, let's figure out another charge. Yes, he was definitely guilty of something, but not necessarily murder. So if I'm having reasonable doubt on my own about him being charged with murder, I guarantee y'all some of the jurors will be thinking the same thing. And if he had the right attorney, they likely would have found him not guilty of that, but definitely guilty of child endangering, right? In addition to negligence or another charge that they would have put out there, likely not involuntary manslaughter on a child, or on an infant or whatever. But yeah, so I just wanted to highlight that, and then when he filed this appeal, he did it, it sounds like, on his own, based on whatever he learned in in jail, instead of going out trying to get an actual attorney. But again, the guy is like 21, maybe 23, 24 at this time. He can't afford an attorney, right? Likely his family can't, but that's just what it is. It's an unfortunate situation, but I just wanted to come and give you guys the deets on that. Oh, actually, let us wrap up this video because I feel like there's a little bit more. Let's see if there's anything additional they're going to share.
He entered a plea of not guilty on July 28, 2022, choosing to present his defense at trial. According to news reports, while awaiting trial, Travion and Asiana welcomed another child, whose young voice can be heard in a call between the two parents from jail.
Hey, baby.
Hey, Dada.
Hey, Miracle.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey, Daddy, baby.
Daddy. Stop abusing me.
My baby, my baby. Babe, let her hit you. What the hell? Don't have her cry.
Let her hit me. Let her hit you.
I am.
Like no baby.
She can hit me all the she want to hit.
Listen, for me, okay, yes, it's very possible he could have unalived his child. Again, for me, y'all feel how y'all choose to feel. I don't think he did that intentionally. And you were given another chance to be a dad to this baby girl. So hopefully for you, you could maintain a relationship with your child from where you are and be able to have a good relationship with her once you get out after 15 years. And yeah, you were given another chance, and I don't even know if he can appeal again after already appealing, once he's probably able to afford an attorney, if that, or do further research on his own. But I don't think they had enough evidence, in my opinion, to charge him with that. But that's how I feel. I'm not changing that.
But you still waving, Granny?
My baby can slap me if she wants to.
During Travion's trial, which began on May 22, 2024, Asiana testified that she was on FaceTime with Travion at the time of the incident and that she saw him pick up the baby and run out of the room after screaming that he was choking. Tests of the baby wipe revealed the infant's DNA was present, but there was no trace of Travion's. However, while both parents told investigators the infant would regularly grab things and put them in his mouth, a forensic pathologist with the Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office testified that a 13-week-old doesn't have the dexterity and ability to force a wipe to the back of their throat, arguing it had to have been placed there intentionally. Ultimately, the jury found Travion guilty. The baby's mother defended Travion during a court hearing, telling the judge he was making a mistake. Travion was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 15 years. An appeal was later filed, arguing that there wasn't enough evidence to prove Travion forced a baby wipe down his son's throat. The appeals court rejected the claims and upheld his conviction. If you'd like to see select new videos early and help us keep uncovering case files.
All right, so y'all just saw that. Again, I just feel like he couldn't afford an attorney, and this is what happens. And you know, sometimes people can't afford an attorney, and the attorney just isn't good, okay? So this is where we are. All right. Yeah, y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. The video was much longer than I wanted it to be. I'm Jami, that's me. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, honey. Bye.
Yeah, tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like agents. Yeah, game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim, on a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can